Exactly 100 days from now, the Olympic Winter Games Beijing 2022 will officially kick off on February the 4th. Beijing is poised to become the first city to hold both the Summer and Winter Olympics. A major international sports event, the upcoming Winter Olympics will test China's mettle in many ways. How would China keep COVID-19 outside the venues? What can China bring to the world and the Olympic movement this time? And will sportsmanship prevail over geopolitics? In our special edition on the 100-day countdown to Beijing 2022, my guests are Rick Garson, founder of Garson Entertainment, specializing in large-scale productions across the globe, and journalist Wang Qi of Global Times, who has been covering the topic. Gentlemen, welcome to The Point. Mr. Garson, what impact do you think hosting such a mega event like the Olympics will have on Beijing, another Asia city to host the Olympics after the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games and the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics in the Republic of Korea?
Well, good afternoon, good morning, and thank you for having me. I'm great to be here. I think it's going to have a great impact because it's the first city in the world that is hosted the Summer and the Winter Olympics. So it's a great honor for Beijing and the people and China to be doing this. It's the first in the world, as you know. So it's going to have a major, major impact. As difficult as it's going to be, it's going to be very successful and have a major impact. And, you know, I think Beijing is getting very ready and very prepared.
Obviously, we're looking forward to that. Wang Qi, you have been following news of the preparations for the Games. And as we have just heard from a press conference that was given about an hour and a half ago, according to the organizers, COVID-19 continues to be the #1 challenge for the preparation. And the Beijing 2022 playbooks was released on Monday, which included 6 basic measures for athletes to follow, for instance, emergency response and so on and so forth. Now, athletes who are fully vaccinated don't have to stay in quarantine for 21 days. They will be in a very strict closed loop management system upon arrival, whereas those who have not been fully vaccinated will need to stay in quarantine for 21 days. Help us understand, what exactly does the closed loop management mean?
Well, I think the closed loop management means the connection between the venue and the sportsman and the society. I mean, for example, after arriving at the airport or train stations, athletes will be guided by volunteers or staff to a designated vehicles and through special channels to the Olympic Village, and in which they will be guided well, and the transportation there is also site to site. I mean, if they want to go to the venue, they will take the special vehicle there, and there's only one single route, and which is pretty special and pretty much similar to the Tokyo Olympic Games. I think it's hard to Beijing to make such decisions, but Beijing actually follows the Tokyo's step. And in China, you know, people always, the Chinese government always values people's safety and life first, and the virus is still spreading around the world. And as far as I know, in winter the virus is more active. So I think that kind of measures should be understood and stressed and appreciated.
Yes, Mr. Garson, you have a long association with the Olympic Games. Have ever in your professional life, have you encountered the difficulties that are posed by COVID-19, and what has been your impression of the kind of meticulous preparation and attention that the Chinese government has given to making sure that the Games will not be disrupted by the virus?
Yeah, I know. Thank God, you know, we've never, ever seen anything like this before. And it puts a real strain on everybody that's involved because of the uncertainty. And China obviously wants to do the best to protect the athletes, the attendees, the VIPs, everybody that's coming here. Mm-hmm. And as Mr. Wang said, you know, it's changing day to day because, you know, there was just a little small, like 16 new cases, and then this breaks out over here, and everything is being very controlled, so it makes it very difficult to really get things done. And because of the virus, everything is kind of got a late start in preparation, for like opening, closing ceremonies and things like that. And there hasn't been any real competition and exhibitions. They're just starting now. So, it's difficult, but it will be safe and successful. I mean, it's working out, and as we say, every day it's changing.
Yeah, what's giving you the confidence? I mean, you say everything is under strict preparation, let's say monitor, but are things in progress? Are you able to make progress, for instance, in terms of your work with the games?
Yeah, you make progress, but it's always hurry up and then wait, and then hurry up and then wait, and then with this new little breakout, everybody goes back to the drawing board and overcome all the obstacles and hurdles that are put in front of you. But it's a great team of people all around. Everybody is working on everything, from the volunteers to the dancers to the tech team to the to the people, the performers. Everybody is working very hard and working through it because they're very proud of holding the Olympics here.
Right. Well, the tickets
in such a difficult period.
Yes, indeed. The tickets for the Beijing 2022 will be sold only to those residing in the Chinese mainland, provided they meet COVID-19 measure requirements. That's according to the IOC. Of course, that also includes foreigners, I would imagine, who are residing in the Chinese mainland. Wang Qi, help us understand the consideration behind such an agreement, and what are the advantages and possible disadvantages?
Well, I think the main target is the safety. China does not want to become a second Tokyo, in which spectators were not allowed to enter the stadiums, and there are local residents are protesting against the hosting of the Olympic Games, and I have got a figure that about 500 Olympic-related personnel have been infected during the Tokyo Olympics. So we can see the importance of the strict measures. I mean, the arrangement of Olympics obviously in line with the policy of the hosting countries, and Tokyo Games was held under the state of emergency, and the situation in China is most of the latest resurgence was caused by imported cases. Just imagine what is the impact of 14 billion people have been for most of them don't have the risk, but quite a number of them could have the risk of being infected. That is unimaginable.
Right. Garson, given that only spectators from the Chinese mainland will be able to watch the games on site, what's being done by China and by the IOC to make the games as engaging as can be for those watching it online and through other means? What to expect? Are there new concepts or new technologies that are or new ideas being adopted to make it as lively, as fun as possible for the spectators around the world?
Yes, I mean, there's certain things that we can say and we can't say as we signed our lives away. But there's new technologies that are being tried out and used, like 3D and different, things for like different mobile apps. And but going back to about the spectators, one of the things everybody's talking about is like if you go to an indoor event, you can't go to the outdoor event. If you go to an outdoor event, you can't go into an indoor event. So trying to really keep control of the whole spread of the virus. But the thing is try to still make it as immersive and interactive as possible, for the on-site and the viewers streaming and watching it on TV.
Right. Wang Qi, as a journalist, you must also be paying attention to the kind of facilities and technology that will be affecting your work. What are you looking at? What are you worried about? Are your concerns being addressed?
Well, I'm focusing on the mobile phone because nowadays people use mobile phones more than ever. And from my perspective, because I have been to the national games in Shanxi, North China, and there people use the mobile phone digit, like so-called 健康宝. They have a health record and monitoring, and people can get a green code after get vaccine, and I mean the daily vaccine most of the time, and daily temperature check. You can get the green code for entrance and within the Olympic Village. And besides, I think it's about the application of the 5G technology. Now, I think nowadays most of the stadiums, like I said, in the national games in Shanxi, have covered always the 5G signals. I think that would be helpful in the broadcasting and reporting for me.
Okay. My final question goes to Mr. Garson. How much fun can we expect from the games?
I think there's going to be a lot of fun. I think everybody's going to be really surprised. You know, I mean, there's been so much focus on the virus, which is like the negative.
Right.
But the positive thing is that the Olympics are happening, you know, and people are going to be really surprised with the energy, you know, and the production and all the special things that will be going on around all the different events. You know, and one other thing is that, you know, these athletes have worked their whole life, you know, for these 2 weeks, you know. So the most important thing is to keep them safe and give them that opportunity. You know, maybe there aren't going to be a lot of people there, but it's still their one chance in a lifetime to participate, you know, in the Olympics. Right. So, you know, Beijing's going to do an amazing job of welcoming and taking care of everybody. I'm very positive.
Give them that chance. Many thanks to Rick Garson and Wang Qi. And we're going to take a short break. You have been watching The Point. And when we come back, we'll look at the legacy of the Beijing 2022 and also the international community's response to calls for disruption.